It's been a few years ago. We received a call in dispatch from a gentleman that lives out in the county about a female that showed up at his house looking for food. My lieutenant and another deputy on the shift responded because it was out of my zone, but I went to help them. Got there. There was a female who's mentally challenged. She's an older female that was looking for food. So when I got there, she was in a car. One of the other deputies had given her a granola bar, and she ate that as quick as she could. They asked me to take her, bring her back to the office. Well, when I got her in the car, she was a mess. I mean, her hair was a mess, wearing glasses, looked real skinny. So I asked her if she wanted something to eat, and I told her I'd take her to get whatever she wanted. I was going to buy it for her. And she picked Burger King. So we went through Burger King drive-thru, got the food. We came back here and I brought her upstairs, and she ate her whole meal and big drink before I even got my sandwich ate. She was so hungry. So she told me some stories that the night before she got in trouble for not feeding the dogs right. She lived with her brother, who was not mentally challenged, and his wife, but she also had another brother that lived with him who was mentally challenged. And she said she got in trouble the night before. She didn't feed the dogs right, so they made her take a shower, and it was really cold the night before, and sit out on the front porch completely naked and wet. They wouldn't let her dry off. And she also got beat with a wiffle ball bat, one of those yellow wiffle ball bats that was bent in the middle, so they taped it around the bend with sticks. And they made the other mentally challenged brother beat her on the back with that baseball bat. So we were sitting up here talking, and I asked a female deputy downstairs to come up, and because it was across her back and down across her buttocks and stuff and legs, if she'd come up and take a picture. So she came up and took pictures, and another room came out and showed me the pictures of the back, and you could see a perfect bruise from like a wiffle ball bat across her back. And the deputy, she's like, if somebody doesn't go out and arrest him, I'm going to. So I immediately took her up to the hospital, made contact with RHDD. People showed up that I've never seen show up at calls before because we had her up there. And I formed a little bit of a bond with her. She didn't trust anybody at the hospital, wouldn't let me leave the room. So I got to talking to her, asked her if she had any other family. And she said she had some family that lived over in West Virginia, but she didn't know how to get a hold of them. I asked her what the names were. She gave me the names. So I called dispatch, and I told them, I said, I need you guys to work whatever you can do to find a phone number for these people. So they called me back. They're like, we've got a phone number. You want to call them or you want me to call them? I was like, I'll call them. So I called them, and the female answered, and I asked them if they knew these two people. And their first questions were, oh my God, are they dead? And I said, no, they're not. But I said, I'm at the hospital with a female, and they're working on trying to get the brother up here. And so I told her where we were at. We got her to come to the hospital for the couple. They brought the brother in. The female was in a bed. She had IVs and everything hooked up to her. The brother showed up with a muffin. I'll never forget this. It was a muffin that was made the night before. And living conditions for them were they put a padlock on the refrigerator door so they couldn't steal food. They couldn't steal the food. So they brought a muffin in, and the brother had taken all the icing and licked all the icing off the muffin and gave her the muffin, and she still ate it. She was still so hungry. So they were up there. The family showed up. They asked me to try to talk her into staying at the Eve shelter because she wouldn't listen to anybody else. She didn't want to leave the brother, but they were worried what might happen. So I talked to her, and she agreed she was going to stay with the Eve shelter. We were up there for hours. I went home, and she ended up going home with the family and her brother. Decided she didn't want to go to the Eve shelter. We worked on paperwork and stuff for the next couple of days on it, and then about a month later, I had before pictures, and I met them in Mineral Wells at McDonald's. And I didn't recognize her when I first saw her. When the first encounter, she was wearing boys' 12 slim pants, and by then, a month later, she was wearing 12 women's pants. She gave me a bracelet, and it said Friends on it. It broke, or I'd still be wearing it. She said thank you for saving my life. And I told her I didn't save her life. She's the one that got away to help, so we could help her.